Hello and welcome to another episode of the Change Officer podcast at the STEP Conference 2023. Amazing conference in the nice weather, nice setup here in Dubai Media City, and speaking to the world. Actually, we are speaking now to the Andrea Giannini, originally from Bari in Italy, but living in Brooklyn and US for the past few years. Hello, Andrea. How are you?
Hi, Ivan. Pretty good.
Just take the mic as close as possible.
Yeah, pretty good. Like, it's the second time here in Dubai, and I came from New York. There was minus 15 Celsius.
So it's good.
So yeah, it's a little bit warmer, a little bit nicer.
Yeah, the snowstorm passed, but the weather is always there. This East Coast is always
sometimes
freezing.
It gets miserable.
Yeah, miserable even. Yeah. So I would like to just tease a little bit the audience and say that usually when people envision the future, they always think about flying cars, flying people, and so on. And this stereotype of the future is actually something that your company and you are making possible.
Yes, correct. Like, people sometimes think that all this technology is something that comes from sci-fi movies and it's something that will not exist right now. But we say it's not true. We at Exovolar, we build exoskeletons to make people fly. And our goal is to make our technology accessible to everyone. For first applications...
Not only for professionals, like...
Not only for professionals.
Yeah. So
yeah. And I can tell you actually the story of why it's not only for professional. I still remember, so first of all, it's been a dream of mine since I was a kid to be able to fly. But Ivan, I'd be willing to bet you had the same dream too. It's once in your lifetime you wake up in the morning and say, I wish I could fly,
You can bring me to pizza. To fly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
got it.
When I was born and raised in Italy, I did electrical engineering and computer science. I worked at CERN in Geneva, and then I went to in Zurich at ETH. And I remember that when I was working at ETH Zurich, I learned two things. First of all, that jetpacks exist. They are not something that come out of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I mean, there's not just in video games. The second thing that I learned is that I cannot use them because they are very hard to use. It takes sometimes hundreds of hours to learn how to use them. So I remember I was working close to the group of Raffaello D'Andrea. Raffaello D'Andrea was the founder of Kiva Systems, which is today known better as Amazon Robotics. They were developing drones. And it was so fascinating to me to think that literally millions of years ago, we started walking as humankind. Thousands of years ago, we learned how to ride horses to move faster. About hundreds of years ago, we built the first motor vehicles, and now we can fly in airplanes. And today, we have drones that can fly themselves. They don't need any input from the external users. But at the same time, jetpacks are hard to use, and no one can use them. So I thought maybe this is an opportunity to use the same technology that drones use, the same advancement in robotics and control engineering, and to apply them in the world of jetpacks to create something that is easy to use to everyone. So fast forward to 2 years, and I did that. So at Exovolar, we are using the same technology that SpaceX uses in landing rockets, and we repurpose it to help a human being keep balance in midair.
So when you say it's exoskeleton, do you have to wear it all the way, or how do you?
Yeah, so in the future we want to be the full exoskeleton, and now it's only partly an exoskeleton. Yes, you have to wear it, and the new prototype that we have, you can actually walk with it. And the idea of using an exoskeleton is that, for instance, when you fly in an elevator, you don't feel the weight of the elevator, right? At the same time, when you fly in even a jet suit, you don't want to feel the weight of the fuel.
Yeah.
So having an exoskeleton that is like an augmented human body to carry the weight of the fuel will make the entire experience more natural. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we are talking about Iron Man suit.
Correct, in part. Yeah.
That for the agnostics.
Yeah.
So it's an Iron Man suit that you want to build. How far we are from there? Not Iron Man suit, but how far we are from envisioning? So your startup is now 2 years old.
Yeah.
And how far we are to make it?
Yeah, so the startup it's about almost, I think, 3 years now, but I joined 2 years ago as co-founder. So we are already flying in a tethering system. So we have a prototype that can fly in a huge tripod for safety reason, and we can hover. And we are going to fly untethered by the end of this year. So it's not something that's going to happen in the future.
End
By
of
the
this
end
year.
Of this year, at the end of 2023, we are going to fly completely untethered. Yeah. And then we already have other competitors that are flying around already. The difference between us and other competitors in that first of all, I want to mention Gravity Industries for different reasons. First of all, those are the guys that inspire me to start my company. And Richard Browning is the founder of Gravity, and I still remember when I was in Zurich, when I had the idea of using modern advancement in control and robotic engineering in the world of jetpacks. I reached out to him.
Oh.
Yeah, and the beauty is that he answered to me. I was a student, and he answered in 24 hours. And we started talking. I didn't have any idea of how I could make the world of jetpacks more accessible. But I remember I told him, look, I'm a good student. I don't know how, but I think I can make your technology more accessible to everyone. But at the same time, I was working on the PhD.
Did you stay in touch?
Yeah, we stayed in touch. Well, not at the time, but after I moved to Exovolar, my co-founder Hao reached out to him, and he gave us a couple of good suggestions on.
Is he working on something like that? Because he is the role model of yours, but is he working on something like that?
He's working on how they fly. They use 4 turbojet engines, 2 around each hand, and actually it's 5, and 1 behind the back. And they rely a lot on your upper body strength and your ability to keep balance in midair. So they are a little bit later stage than us, but their technology does not allow you to fly hands-free. And that's the key difference between our technology and anything else.
So you will be something like, when you say without hands, but you are controlling it by your body movements, is
yes,
it? Okay.
Correct.
And it will be some kind of a flying Segway.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
You're correct.
So maybe a few minutes of learning how to fly, and then
you can fly. And that's beautiful because we have many applications, but we are focusing right now on first response. There are places where helicopters cannot land or take off, especially in disaster zones, like what's happening right now in Turkey and Syria. Hundreds of people die every year because they cannot receive medical attention on time. In those situations, the first responders in a jet suit can literally save lives. But there is another advantage. We don't want to stop there. By 2025, we want to open the first flight park facility so that anyone can truly experience the tethered flight experience in one of our jet suits.
Oh.
And we can do that thanks to our technology. We have a patent for it. It's called thrust vectoring, which again is very similar to the one used by SpaceX in landing rockets. That not only allows you to fly hands-free, but it cut down the training time from hundreds of hours to little to no training time at all. So that you can literally learn how to fly in a few minutes. And that's actually even the key to scalability.
Where this park will be?
We are thinking to open the first flight park here in Dubai.
Here in Dubai?
Yeah. It seems like the right place to be. It's creating an amazing entrepreneurial hub spot, and it's attracting so many people from all over the world. And it's funny that I didn't even know about Dubai a few years ago.
Oh.
So, yeah.
No. The thing is that you are on the right place, because Dubai is, and this is not paid ad for Dubai. This is really telling my experience of living in Dubai for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. Wow. If you want to be the fastest, the first, the tallest, the I don't know, the biggest or whatnot, everything with the superlative that comes with in range of Dubai. So when you were speaking, I was like, I would like to go to that park, and it would be good. And then when you said it was Dubai, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense for this to happen here in Dubai. Let's see. So if you are saying that you will have untethered flight by the end of this year, and that you have a plan for a park, that means that it could happen even now. Like you are there with technology.
Yes, we are there with the technology.
So basically, by the end of the year, we could have this flying people park. in Dubai.
Let's say one thing is to build the suit, the other thing is to build the park. So it's going to take some time to build the infrastructure around it.
Yeah.
But yes, by the end of this year, we're going to fly untethered. And what I mean by that is that there are my engineers in the company and my co-founder that are currently working to the new prototype right now in Brooklyn. And we demonstrated hovering about a year and a half ago, and now we are working for test flight actually in the next few months. So I really hope it's going to happen way before the end of the year. Yeah.
There was some, I know, just following social media, there were some test flights with jetpacks here, flying with planes and everything.
Correct.
Do you know those flights?
I know. Maybe you're referring to Jetman Dubai.
Yes.
They are actually here in Dubai. And they are another of the pioneers of this technology. They do not fly hands-free neither. They have little controllers in the hands. We definitely are taking inspiration from them to build a technology that will allow you to fly hands-free. Actually, it's the story of the flyman Dubai. It's really inspiring. He died a few years ago.
Yeah.
The company is still open, but unfortunately he had an accident in midair. That's why we're working so hard to making it safe first before opening to the public. That's why I mentioned we are going to fly untethered by the end of this year. But the first
Are you flying?
I hope so, yeah. You know what's funny? The first suit that we built, we were completely bootstrapped. So we paid with our own money, and we couldn't afford the big engines. So the first suit that we built, I was too heavy for it. So that's why my co-founder, I mean, you saw how tall I am. So
Well, how tall are you?
I'm 205 in meters, 6'8" in...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
With a promising basketball career behind you, yeah?
Yeah, I was a semi-professional basketball player.
Yeah.
I played college level basketball when I was in Bari, and then at 16 years old, I moved alone in the north of Italy to play basketball.
Oh, professional.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you were saying about the being heavy for the...
Yeah, that was the first.
So you want to say if I want to fly, that would be even better challenge for your technology. Yeah.
It's interesting because one of the recent investors is the Draper startup house, which is backed by Tim Draper, and I met him a couple of weeks ago at Leap. And as soon as he saw me, Tim Draper is very tall. It's like, I don't know, probably 190. And he saw me. I like these guys because if they can fly, I can fly. If he can fly, I can definitely fly too. So. Yeah. The next one I'm gonna fly for sure. Yeah.
And you mentioned that you're collaborating with VJ and Techstars and.
Not directly with VJ. We are Techstars anywhere. You know, Techstars is a startup accelerator, and they have facilities all around the world. We were with Ryan Cooder from San Diego, and we were Techstars Anywhere, which is basically a partly virtual, partly in-person program. So we did 1 week in Miami, 1 week in Austin, and then 1 week in San Diego. And if I can say something about Techstars really changed. It's a startup accelerator that comes with funding too, but that's not really the big part of Techstars. What's really big about Techstars is the power of the network. And I'll give you 2 examples. The first one, I was in Austin, and it was a networking event. And there was a friend of mine, Garrett from Pipe Dream, speaking on stage. They build underground tunnels that are very small to basically send small packets between cities. Like the pipes that were used in the 50s, in the 60s, in the old buildings.
In the buildings,
right? Yeah. And they have a great cost per mile figure. So I asked him from the audience because I wanted to help him out, and not that he needed, and then he stopped the entire audience and he said, if there is any investor in the room, go talk to that guy because he has the coolest company ever. That's how I got connected to Katie Russell. And she's the managing director of the Draper Startup House. So we did the first interview, second interview, podcast, 4 interview, and then they made an offer.
Podcast for interview.
Yeah. We did a podcast, then another interview, a 4th interview.
No, but it's interesting that I didn't hear that podcasts are used as an interview.
No, I meant the podcast and then the fourth interview after the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
But they did the podcast and
as
then
a part of the process. Yeah.
No, it's actually a great podcast. I suggested to watch it too. It's
please, we will link it below. Just send us the link, and definitely it will. Yeah. So basically, you are here today at the STEP conference in order to try to engage people into investing or making happen the park that you want to make here.
Yes, exactly. We are here mostly for networking, get connected to potential partners and investors. And I came at STEP as an exhibitor last year in Riyadh. And after that, STEP invited me as a speaker. So today we had a panel on air mobility, and we talked about the problem of mobility in MENA and potential clean tech solutions that are also cost effective. And it's an amazing place. I mean, I'd be more than happy to come back. I will come back for sure. Yeah.
definitely, if you're making park, you have to live here for some time.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful place to live in.
It is.
And just a question, you mentioned several times that you are using the technology that Tesla is using, SpaceX is using. But basically, I wanted to ask you, did you try to reach out to Elon Musk at any point?
Not
or
yet.
SpaceX?
No, and I didn't try to reach out to SpaceX.
Okay,
Elon Musk
but
yet.
Elon, if you are watching this, and contact Andrea because I think you are on the same path or something, you know.
Yeah.
Even commuting on Mars, you know, like could be good in this suit.
Yeah, using a jet suit. Yeah, we needs a little bit a change of technology to be working on Mars. The air is very rarefied, but it is possible. So even to come to
because
Mars,
it's jet engine. Yeah,
yeah, because they're jet engines, not rocket engines.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think there is a possibility to actually use it in Mars as well.
Amazing. Andrea, thank you very much for this inspiring and futuristic talk. I wish you all the best with this. And let's try to keep up and meet next time you're in Dubai and see how it goes. And please, if it comes to the starting the park, I think our podcast should be the one to say it first to the audience.
Awesome. So you know what? We also have a wait list. I'll be more than happy to add you to the wait list as well.
Is it weight like waiting or weight like kilos list? Andrea, thank you very much for your time. This is kind of the changes we are talking about in the Change Officer podcast. Of course, share us, like us, and subscribe to us. If you want to hear more inspiring and futuristic stories, just one like Andrea spoke to us right now. Thank you.